Hi, welcome. Today I want to look at a simple connection between PayPal on one side and QuickBooks on the other. This particular client was using PayPal for some customer payments and they were using QuickBooks for their accounting. Unfortunately, they had no link between the two. And so every time they were paid, they would create an invoice in PayPal, they'd get paid for it, they would then take that information, they would then create another invoice in QuickBooks and make sure that it was correct. The finance team was spending 5-ish hours per week doing this, and like any business, they were hoping to scale and starting to grow when we were working with them. So they needed something that meant that the finance team who needed to do other things were taken off this task. There's a couple things to this, actually, one of which is making sure it's happening as and when the payment is made. So that's one thing, timely data entry, because if you're waiting a couple of hours or a week or to the end of the month, you don't have accurate information in QuickBooks. The other thing is just errors. You're in a rush, you read 100, it's 1,000, you do 1,001, whatever that is, the information could be put in incorrectly. That could be the number, could be the name of the client, the email address, the organization. So there's a couple of things that could go wrong. And they were finding this was happening. Even if it was accurate all the time, it was still taking a lot of time. We came in, we found that this is a sort of a mission critical thing to get the finance team who were overstretched. They didn't want to hire a new finance person, but they were overstretched and needed them to focus on more strategic priorities, let's put it that way. So we needed to build something to get them out of this process and into something else. Let's take a look at what that looks like from a process standpoint in Make. As you can see, it's a fairly straightforward process. On the left-hand side, you have PayPal. As and when you receive a new notification about whatever the filter is that you've created, the flow will start running. So as you can see, it's immediately as data arrives. When that gets turned on, it will monitor PayPal for this. It will take the output, and then as you can see, it will create an array aggregator, which will pull out the information, and you specify what you want in these different sections. And we've created a target structure type, which is create an invoice in QuickBooks. So you can see these are the things that need to be mapped. So you can map that across there. It'll search for customers. So within PayPal, does this customer already exist? If the customer does not exist, you create a customer, create an invoice. If the customer already exists, it's already in the system, you create an invoice. This is a really useful one because now we know that information is 100% accurate and is in QuickBooks as and when it happens. So if I want to check QuickBooks this afternoon, I know that even anything that's happened in the last 10, 15 minutes will be in there. I know they've been invoiced. I know the money's in the bank. I'm confident. Off the back of this, there's some interesting things that you could do. You could start to send notifications to clients. You could send notifications to the sales team, to the ops team, whatever it is. So invoice is paid, create the invoice. Maybe this goes off and says, okay, the order is ready to be dispatched. That's a really interesting one because this product, sells wholesale. And so we didn't do this for them, but we could have. Once the payment is in the bank, it means we dispatch it. Maybe it's 50% up front, which means you can dispatch the goods, 50% on delivery. Interesting monitoring that could come out of that at the end. But this is what we built for them. Really effective. It's been running smoothly for them and has saved hours and hours over the last sort of 6 months since we implemented it. Any questions? As always, let me know. Write a comment, send me an email, check our website. I look forward to chatting.